Welcome back to LPHumananatomika. We will discuss about cell in this session. Let us see what are the learning objectives or outcomes. By the end of this session, you should be able to list the components of cells, describe the structure of cell components, mention the functions of cell components, and understand its clinical significance. Cells are the basic building blocks of all living things. The human body is composed of trillions of cells. They provide structure for the body, take in nutrients for food, and convert those nutrients into energy and carry out specialized functions. Our body starts its existence at fertilization from a single cell, the diploid zygote. The zygote, by a series of processes occurring in prenatal and postnatal life, such as cell division, growth, differentiation, programmed cell death called apoptosis and maturation, ultimately convert the zygote into a mature human adult. Imagine a single cell converting itself into a body having trillions and trillions of cells performing different types of functions simultaneously. Isn't it amazing? Generally speaking, a normal cell is a mass of protoplasm containing a nucleus. The protoplasm of the cell is a heterogeneous emulsoid in aqueous phase containing complex chemical substances for metabolic processes and for storage of hereditary materials. In complex forms of life, from amoeba to man, the cells having a membrane-bound nucleus and the cytoplasm are called eukaryotes. Red blood cells of mammals, on the contrary, are non-nucleated and have a life period of 120 days. In lower forms of life, such as bacteria and algae, the cell is devoid of nucleus. Hereditary and metabolic materials are not segregated from each other. These groups of organisms having non-nucleated cells are known as prokaryotes. Some cells present in the red bone marrow are multinucleated. In an animal of large size, the size of the cell is not increased but the number increases. Because when the cytoplasm increases in sufficient amount, the nuclear DNA is unable to regulate the metabolic processes of the cell, and at the same time, nutrition of the cell by diffusion suffers from the periphery to the center because of the large distance. Okay, you can see as the cytoplasm increases, the distance also increases. So, if it is continuous, then you can imagine the distance between the nucleus and the cell membrane. Okay, so thus the cell division is the nature's best choice to restore an optimal relationship between the nucleus and the cytoplasm. The nuclear cytoplasmic ratio in normal cells is about 1:4 to 1:6. But in malignant cells, the nuclei are disproportionately large for the cell and the nuclear cytoplasmic ratio may approach 1:1. The cell varies in size and shape. The shape may be flattened, cubical, columnar, fusiform, pyramidal, flask-shaped and stellate. The size of the cell varies from 5 micron meter to 50 micron meter. One of the largest cells is a mature human ovum measuring about 130 micron meter.